Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? Average Player YGO here with yet another deck profile. As I said before, I would generally edit this stuff, but as I told off my Phantom Knights deck profile that I haven't been able to. So I'm just going to start it off by saying that Phantom Knights deck profile actually didn't end up doing too well. The hand traps actually ended up being more of a pain than a help. So that's why the Phantom Knights deck profile didn't do too well last time. Drawing into Nib, Imperm, and all this other stuff going first and like generally being forced to go first kind of sucked. And then just drawing more hand traps even after deck weaving, that's basically what my Phantom Knight deck did. So it's being fixed again, and then it's going to be coming back in another deck profile when I basically get it all sorted out again. So as you can tell, this time it's dinos, and I've been spending my own fair bit of time monkeying with this deck, shall I say. Trying to get it into like a perfect ratio about how I want cards to be in here, how I want the extra deck monsters to be, how I want to interact and interrupt my opponent and stuff like that. So there's different ways to do it. I was playing cards like Parallel Exceed to get level 4s on the field, but that really wouldn't help me because the dinos, the good XC monsters in your deck of Lagia and Doka, they will require dinos. Except you could probably make Abyss Dweller with it, but you're going to make it in your combo anyway. And those Parallel Exceeds just clog up your board mid-combo. So I took those out and I added in a different engine and tuned the deck a little bit. So, alright, we're just getting right into it. If you guys haven't seen the deck profile first, it's the main cards first and then engines. So, and then spells, traps, whatever. So, triple copies of the Soul Eating Oviraptor. It's your main starter, and its effect happens with normal and special summon. I say the special summon thing because you can get it off the special summon, you can use this effect, because we're playing the Water Enchantress and Adventure Token Engine. Your one lonely copy of Mist, because it's not at 3, we need it there. 2 copies of Animador and Darkosaur, and let me tell you this, that I was playing this at 3 copies, and I just saw it way too much. I'd open 2 of these, and then I'd open like Imperm, Ash, and something else, and you can't blow up a light copy. You can't blow up the same name with it. So that's why I jumped it down to 2. But I kind of thought that it'd be a little bit better. Give me a sec, wiping off the camera. Better. Alright, I kind of figured it'd be a little bit better. I wiped up the camera there, so anybody didn't notice. But I thought it'd be a little bit better to put it down to 2 and actually only see it 1 copy per. And it's actually been really good that way. So you see 1 copy, you have another copy in your deck just in case you need it. And it also lessens the chance of you seeing it, so you want to actually get this off a Misk to be able to blow up like a baby or whatever in your hand. So, speaking of baby, the tiny dinos, 2 copies of baby. And 1 copy of Petite Pteranodon. Play 3, baby. I don't have 3, and I don't know anybody who has an extra copy that plays dinos. So, play 3, baby. Petite Pteranodon, always play at 1. If you end up having to pop it or having a need to pop it, you're generally using to bring out like Dogoran, or you're bringing out Pank with it. If you play Overtext Quatless, you can do that too. But you use babies because you can summon baby with baby and then blow up baby with Ovi, summon baby from graveyard, go into more combos and end on like insane boards just because of baby. Speaking of the Pank and the Dogoran, that's not it. 1 copy UCT. And I play 1 copy UCT because you're using double evolution pill to get this bad boy out. And if your opponent basically outs UCT somehow, some way, getting past your couple Omni negates, then honestly they're Jesus and you should give him the win anyway. There's no way to bring him back if he gets outed, but you said you're generally playing with multiple interruptions, multiple Omni negations. Your board can end on a Pank if you want. If you want to end on go that route, have a pop that your opponent has to deal with whenever. So that's just the ratio of cards I play there. And the next is the Scrap Engine. Isn't really a Dino deck if there's not a Scrap Engine. I play double copies of Scrap Raptor, 1 copy of Scrap Chimera, and 1 copy of Scrap Golem. And I think this is best. You don't want to open Scrap Raptor. You want to summon it off Baby and get its effect that way. And it's even better if Lost World's on the field, because you can just use the... Because you don't even have to use your OV to pop the token in the combo if you have Lost World on the field. You can use the Scrap Wyvern to pop the token, and then save it with Petite Pteranodon to get an extra monster on the field, because you can also get a level 4 out with that. So, this is good, because even with the Wyvern, you can chain 2 Raptor, because you don't even have to use Raptor on the summon of Baby. So you send it to the graveyard to make Wyvern, summon it from the graveyard with Wyvern, blow it up. So you chain 2 Raptor, chain 1 Wyvern, because you want to get that special summon off. Even if Raptor gets interrupted, you're still getting the Golem to your field, which you're just going to use to make... use to bring out the Scrap Raptor anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Your opponent is going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place there. And next is one card that's kind of spicy, even though I don't have a card in my extra deck for it yet to kind of go with it. Visas Starfrost. I don't know how you say its name, but Starfrost here. He's really good. He can target a card on the field, or a monster on your side of the field, blow it up, and it special summons itself. So like you open this in Baby, you blow it up, summon this, now you got a level 6 tuner on the field. Or even if you don't, like say you have Baby and just Ovi, it's a 1 card Baron right there. Blow up a Baby, get that. The Baby will get you level 4 anyway, so that's a 1 card Baron. Off a Baron, Baron, however you say it. So you blow up Baby, summon him in defense position, and he makes Baron to floor. Really good, honestly. You only played it 1 though, because you don't really want to see it, but Baron in your extra deck off that 1 card, you can make Baron by yourself, which is actually pretty insane. And I was talking about this engine, I said I played it, which is the Adventure Token engine, 1 Water Enchantress, 1 Right, 1 Fateful, 1 Wandering, and 1 Dracoback. And even though this is all I own for these 2, I feel like this is the best version to play, because in this deck you really don't want to open it. If you do, it's great. And it's even better if you have it with Token Collector and Lost World. So that way you can get more of your combo going. And if you have Token Collector when you use Right to summon the token, you can attempt to blow up the token, use Lost World to save it by popping a Baby, and then you get OV to search your Misk, and then do that. And you all do it without a normal summon, which is amazing. So even if you did play this at 3 copies and 3 copies, if you played these at 3 copies each, you just have more of a chance of opening it. If anything, I'd probably put 1 at 2 and the other at 1, whatever you could possibly be able to do. Next is hand traps, and first 3 copies of Gamma and a driver. This is good because if you Gamma your opponent on your turn, like you use Lost World and they ash you, that's an instant Omega just to get rid of a card out of their hand. Even if not, you can use those 2 to go ahead and make Helk and basically just get your Ash on the field already, so it like lessens your steps. This card, in my opinion, actually helps out the deck a lot, because you're using Helk anyway to go into your Borreload Savage Dragon off of Ash, and Golem, it's basically just lessening your steps, and it's probably going to help you make in my opinion, going to help you make a better board. I haven't seen it in my hand during playtesting to be able to prove that, but if you have that and a card to normal summon in your hand, like Ovi with Lost World, with Ovi, you're generally just going to pop off. So that's why I play Gamma. Like I said, this isn't the only hand trap, though. You play 3 Ash, 2 Token Collector, and 2 Imperm. Imperm's one of the best hand traps in the game, and so is Ash. Ash stops a lot of stuff. Token Collector is good in this deck, because when you use Lost World to summon, after that chain's over involving Lost World, use Token Collector's effect to blow it up. But you save it, and Token Collector's now in the field as a level 4. And we play the Token Collectors and not the Parallel Exceeds, because the Token Collector actually helps you facilitate your combo more. Parallel Exceeds just get you 2 free level 4s on the field that you basically just have to make Dweller with, where you could have probably a better card in your hand or a hand trap or whatever to help with interruption on your opponent. So, yeah, most of the time you will see Imperm or Ash. In my playtesting, that's what I've basically seen as another form of interruption. And sometimes I've seen both, which is even better. Next is spell cards. facilitated with dinos. We play our 4 copies of Lost World, your 3 main, and then you're terraforming to search it. Surprisingly, in playtesting, even though I played the 3 copies of Lost World and terraforming, I actually rarely ever see it. I generally just see combo, and that's about it. Even though Lost World helps facilitate the combo, I can do the combo without Lost World. Lost World just gives me a little extra. It gives me an extra level 4 on the field, and so I can go into a Logia and a Dolka and a Borload with a Abyss Dweller and a Helka Fibrax on the field. So it just basically helps you more, but it's still the best card in this deck. In your last Dino cards, 3 Fossil Dig and 1 Evolution Pill. I was playing this at 2, and it was great, but I ended up drawing it. Ended up drawing at least 1 copy, which is okay, but it's only it's a hard once per turn on the activation. So if your opponent doesn't negate the activation, if they hit it with Ash, you're kind of screwed because you can't activate another one, and you just added 1 off of Animadorn Darkastor anyway as part of your combo. So I only played at 1, so if anything, they're going to have to Ash or Animadorn Darkastor, which they can't because of Misk. So, yeah, basically that's it. That's why. And then Fossil Dig, self-explanatory, cards busted. And then basically the last adventure token card, but also can help you with anyway, is Foolish Burial. So you use this for your adventure token combo, so you can get Water Enchantress in the graveyard. Even if not, you can still dump, like, a Scrap Monster to the graveyard. So you want to use Scrap Golem and Scrap Chimera, and to get just 2 free monsters out, the 2 free, you can do that too. And say you're just missing like a Dino monster or whatever, and you have a UCT in your hand, and that's basically it. Activate Foolish Burial, send a Dino monster to the graveyard, and there you go. That's basically about it. If you don't really necessarily have to play Foolish Burial, but you can. Here in a little bit, I don't know when, but I'm going to try putting in anti-spells, because this deck can play anti-spell, because it only plays those few spell cards. It plays 1 Right, 1 Draco Back, the 3 Lost World and Terraforming, and the 3 Fossil Dig, and then double Evolution Pill, and then Foolish. But you're already doing all that stuff on your turn, so activating anti-spell on your opponent's turn does not hurt you at all. So, right, next, 1 Link Karibo. This is the extra deck. 1 Scrap Wyvern, 1 Helka Fibrax, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Cerberus, 1 Unicorn. Let me just make these closer. And then 1 Staryuja. You can take this out, put in access code if you have it. I don't. I never really make it. If I do, it's because I got interrupted and not left with dinos out and weird monsters. Like, say I have like Ash and then like a Gamma and like Scrap Raptor, something like that. Just like 3 tuners on the field and like 1 random monster that doesn't do anything. An Animadorn Darkastor. Make Staryuja at least try to fix your game state a little bit. Hopefully get a Dino monster in your hand and another way to get another one out. Because this deck has a lot of recursion, as long as you can get it. Or even draw your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno and get an extra 300 attack. So, yeah, I would actually play access code instead of Staryuja if you have access code. Next for the XEs, I only play 4. 1 Dolka, 1 Logia, 1 Dweller, and 1 Baguska. Dolka's good as just a not once per turn monster negate. Logia is your Omni negate, but it's only once per turn because it detaches 2 materials, so both materials are gone. Dweller stops a lot of decks. Dweller stops Phantom Knight, it stops Dinos, it stops Despia, because Despia have to use their Ad Libitum, and they have to fusion summon from their graveyard and stuff like that. So Dweller stops that. Baguska is just Baguska. Baguska is really good. When it comes to me having to run a rank 4 toolbox, when you guys saw my Summon Great deck profile, Baguska, if I just got stuck in a jam, or if I wanted to make a card under 5 summons that could help me out, Baguska. So, yeah, if you have it in defense position, it really rocks decks like Despia, it rocks Phantom Knights, or at least my Phantom Knight deck. It rocks Despia, all this other stuff, because your opponent can't use cards to facilitate combos because it switches monster's defense position and negates their effects. And next is for the Synchro monsters. Since I don't play Barone, I have to find a way, or Baron, Barone, however you say its name. I do have to find other ways to have interruptions for my opponent. So 1 Desert Locust, 1 F.A. Dawn Dragster, 1 Cyframe Lord Omega, and 1 Borlord Savage Dragon. So if I can summon Gamma off of Hulk, if I know that I'm not going to have anything, like if I have to use my Golem to make Hulk a Fibrax, then I'll keep a Gamma on board. Like I'll summon Gamma off of Hulk and just sit on it, and then summon Desert Locust off of that. Even not that. Like say I have Baby on the field, or an extra card that I don't need. Desert Locust plus that 1 card can go into Omega. So rip 1 card on your opponent's turn, rip another card on your opponent's turn. Now they're playing with 2 less cards, and then they generally have to deal with cards like Borlord Savage Dragon and Logia / Dolka with a UCT as well and an Imperm or something like that. So yeah, this is the way that I make it hard for my opponent. Next time you'll see this deck in any action will be when I do a combo tutorial for it, and that will be actually right after this recording, but it'll be going up at a different time. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching my deck profile. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And by commenting, I always say, let me know what you would change, and let me know what cards you think are better in certain situations, and what cards you think are just better overall to go in the deck. See ya.